Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we'll be reviewing the Chevy Silverado EV. This is an RST with the extra range. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Carl Malone Chevy here in Park City. Link to their inventory in the description down below. Ask for Javier if you have any questions. Also include a link to my car buying guide. And in this video, let's also try to figure out if EV pickup trucks are dead. So while you guys look at the front trunk, we'll go over the EV specs. 754 horsepower, 785 pound-feet of torque in the WOW mode, which is kind of like your boost function. 205 kilowatt hour battery pack, 460 miles of range. Now you guys already saw the key fob at the start, but we can also close the front trunk with it. You just have to hold it down and that'll close it. You also have the opening for the tailgate, remote start, all of that. Crazy light bar here on the front end of the Silverado RST. You guys can see the actual headlights down below. And yeah, definitely futuristic looking. This one is designed to be aerodynamically efficient. That's why it's so smooth with the lines. Tire wheel setup is 275 by 50 by 24. You guys can see the silver there with the darker trim. And then you've got these nice painted fender flares, Silverado there on the side. Blacked out mirror cap too. And yes, it does look like a Chevy Avalanche. Aerodynamic efficiency for the win. Now this leads us to the tailgate. This has the multi-flex just like other Silverados can have. And we've got a big bed here in the back. Bunch of outlets here so you can charge stuff. You also have LED lights. And you've got the cool pass-through there as well. I'm not going to open up in this review because of the ice and the snow. I just don't want to deal with it, to be honest. But yeah, it is a nice feature to have. And then you can lift this up. And you notice the blacked out Chevy bow tie. You've got cool looking taillights go across. Still have the bumper steps. So it still has a lot of the Silverado features with some extra stuff like the midgate. Now this leads us inside where you can see we've got this nice soft touch trim here. You've got the stitching that goes across, and then here are the seats perforated all down the center. And just like a crew cab pickup truck, tons of space here for legroom. Heated seats in the back. You've got some vents as well, and then you can see how this is all removable for the midgate. It's pretty cool with the setup there. And then you got this big glass roof up top too. Popping up front, we've got a bunch of soft touch trim here. You can see the stitching there. Memory seat functionality. Front two windows are automatic. The mirrors power fold in. Got blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. 1569 for the payload capacity. 10,000 for the towing. And then again with the red and blue stitching, perforated seats, all of your power adjustments on the side. And you can see the functions to open up the front, and then also for the tailgate to lower it down, trailer brake controls, and then you've got steering wheels power adjustable. And it's on. It's one of those vehicles. Taking a look at the steering wheel, soft touch all around, Super Cruise with this, radio controls in the back, heated steering wheel. I got controls for the center screen, that's what the pages button is for, and then you got a little regen paddle there. Turn signal, windshield wiper, stock, column shifter. Nice digital gauge cluster here in the center, which again, you can press the pages button and change what the display shows. And this gives you an idea of real world glare. This is one thing I don't like about these big blacked out screens, is that, yeah, it's not the worst, but there's quite a bit. 360 camera system in reverse, which is nice because this is a big pickup truck, and I like how you can adjust the heated seat right there while you're backing up. Anyways, everything's built into the screen with this. Why did it just go to the... Anyways, it's quick to respond, but yeah, like if you're gonna do the drive modes, that's in the screen. If you want to adjust the headlight stuff, that's in the screen. You do have this one little physical control for the volume, but yeah, just like a Tesla, very screen oriented. Dual zone climate controls down below, and then we've got a little charging area here, some cup holders, more storage, center console, got a little USB there, and then you got more storage here on the side. Got some nice trim all across the dash, storage above the glove box, camera rear view mirror, and then, like I said, glass roof. So here's our window sticker for the max range, $98,090. So basically $100,000 for this. Let's see how it performs. Silverado EV. Like I said, I think this is the best electric pickup truck. Range is really good. Does have a huge battery, obviously, but on top of having good range, it has solid towing capacity, and It's got nice features overall, Super Cruise and all that. So yeah, just the packaging on this is great. I like the Ford F-150 Lightning too, but the Ford just doesn't have enough range. 320 miles is just not enough. So let's see how this performs. We're not gonna be able to get all the acceleration. It's cold up here, relatively cold for an EV at least. And so yeah, you're not gonna get all the power, but it's still quick enough. And I've driven this. I've driven the Hummer EV. I've driven the GMC EV, and they're all quick. Now suspension's really comfortable. Like in terms of just driving dynamics, this drives better than a pickup truck. It's got a good turning radius. The suspension's very smooth. The seats are comfortable. They're firm though. They are firm. And the acceleration's just absolutely effortless. Right? You don't have to worry about turbos, because a lot of trucks are turbocharged nowadays. You don't have to worry about turbos spooling up, or having to get higher up in the RPMs to get torque. So just a nice setup. Kind of weird with the sound though, I will say that. Yeah, I think overall it rides pretty darn well. I like how the temperature keeps dropping because it finally is driving and realizing, because it was sitting in the sun, so it's like, it's warmer than it actually is. Yeah, I will say, this is kind of a nice place to be. Interesting, some of the materials they use. Kind of has like a durable feel in general. I'm just waiting for this box truck behind me because I don't think I'm going to be able to make this turn in one go. Turning radius on this isn't bad, but it's also a big vehicle. So we'll see if I can make this. I'll be surprised if I can. Yeah, that's what I thought. Not gonna be able to make it. Too big, too big. But accelerations, again, in normal EV fashion, it's smooth. Again, I understand that's not all the power, but not too bad. And that is, I mean, that's something we should mention with the EVs, is they're so much more finicky, like depending on your state of charge, how warm the battery is. And obviously in a car, when it's cold, you don't just floor it. But a car seems to warm up much faster than an EV. Just saying. So, as good as it gets for an EV pickup truck today. Are EV pickup trucks dead? I think so. I think that this is going to be relegated to be a very niche product that GM's not going to build that many of. I've had some people reach out to me and say, what about carbon credits? I do think that's a good point in terms of manufacturers still trying to push EVs because the carbon credit system's still in place. But also, who knows? They might get rid of that too, right? If we've already gotten rid of the EV mandate and everything, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a rollback on the carbon credit situation. Time will tell on that, but if there is a rollback on the carbon credit situation, there's no demand for these. I shouldn't say no, but there's very little demand. Outside of a few people that like these, again, and that doesn't mean it's a bad product. It's a good product, it's just niche. Right, most people want a gas truck, and a lot of people want diesel trucks. Right, gas trucks are the most popular here in the US, diesel the second most popular, and then EVs are going to be, the third. So let me know your thoughts.